my name is Kesar and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk all things hormone and period related. This is the first of 3 videos that I will be uploading looking at the birth control pill, that tiny little pill that millions of women across the world pop into their mouths on a daily basis. So why am I doing videos on the birth control pill? Well, how much do you know about the pill? Do you know how the pill affects your body physically? Do you know how it affects your natural hormonal rhythm? And did you know that there is emerging research out there which shows that the pill can influence who you are as a person? So not just affecting the ability of whether or not you can get pregnant, but also affecting areas of the brain that are responsible for things like who you are attracted to, your stress response, your memory learning and your emotional processing. Because I didn't know any of this when I started taking the pill back when I was a teenager. And I'm pretty sure that apart from being aware of the targeted outcome of the pill, which is to prevent pregnancies, that several of us don't actually know how the pill can influence us in so many other ways. So today is the basics. I'll talk about what happens to your body and its natural hormonal rhythm when you're on the pill. I'll then discuss with you whether that withdrawal bleed that you get every month is actually a real period. And I'll end this video by starting to explore with you the effects that the pill can have on us more broadly as women, leading very nicely onto my next video, which looks at how the type of man that we are attracted to changes depending whether or not we are on the pill. It's really interesting stuff. Okay, so first up, I want to provide an answer to a very common question that women have about the birth control pill, which is, what exactly is happening to my body and do I ovulate when I'm on the contraceptive pill? The answer is a hard no, which for several women is the exact specific outcome they want from taking the pill. No ovulation, which is the release of an egg, equals no babies. But there are also several women who take the pill for lots of other reasons. And because of these other reasons, I believe that we should all have a basic understanding of what is happening to our bodies when we're on the pill, because I fundamentally believe that we owe it to ourselves to become experts in ourselves and the biological processes that are going on inside of us. Okay, so first we need a reminder of what happens in a healthy menstrual cycle. I've created a quick little diagram to help us do this. So as you can see here, over the course of a 28-day cycle, your body is going through the process of having a period, of preparing an egg for release, and then releasing that egg, which we know as ovulation and what several women track when they're trying to have a baby. And in parallel, there is a process happening that is preparing your uterus to accept a potentially fertilized egg. And the way in which this process occurs, very simply, is via the body's natural reproductive hormones, which will fluctuate up and down over the course of a 28-day cycle. At the bottom, you can see the 4 main sex hormones at play, and the coloured bars illustrate when during the cycle they are present at their highest quantities. So that's a natural menstrual cycle for a healthy woman who is not on the pill. And then we start taking the pill, which is a form of heightened daily dose of synthetic hormones, which we take every single day at the same time as instructed, and this is what happens. The artificial sex hormones in the pill suppresses the pituitary gland, which is located in the base of your brain, from releasing follicle stimulating hormone. No release of FSH basically means that the ovaries do not get the message to start getting busy and preparing for ovulation. And because there is no release of FSH, this also means that estrogen levels do not rise either. Now, you might not think anything of this, but estrogen is a pretty great hormone. In a non-pill cycle, estrogen levels peak around the time of ovulation. And it is this hormone that is responsible for making your features appear more symmetrical. It clears your skin right up. You feel confident and amazing because of it. And research has also shown that estrogen or rising estrogen levels contribute to creativity, can help with complex problem solving. Like, I cannot stress enough how great this hormone is when present in its right quantities. But remember that whilst on the pill, you won't tend to experience any of this because ovulation is being prevented and no follicle stimulating hormone is being released. And because of the suppressed follicle stimulating hormone and estrogen, luteinizing hormone is not released in quantity either, which is the hormone that triggers the actual release of an egg from the ovary into the fallopian tube. Okay, so another question that lots of women have: if I am not ovulating, do I get a real period whilst I'm on the contraceptive pill? Again, the answer is a hard no. Your period on the pill is technically called a withdrawal bleed, and this happens because you stop taking your daily dose of heightened synthetic sex hormones, and in basic terms, your body experiences a crash in hormone levels, and this triggers a bleed. And actually there is no medical reason to be having a withdrawal bleed. You could, if you wanted to, take the pill continuously, but we don't, because back in the 1960s, when the pill was first made available to women, it was decided to put a break in between pill packets so that women still felt like that they were having a menstrual cycle and having a period each month. And why is the withdrawal bleed so much shorter and lighter than having a real period, which is a feature that many women love, especially if they've been experiencing particularly heavy and painful periods? Well, as we now know, the pill is telling the brain to not release follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. And this is not only preventing ovulation from occurring, this also results in the lining of your uterus, so the endometrium, never fully really developing before it's shed, which results in the shorter and lighter periods. Okay, so that's the basics of what's happening to your bodies when you're on the pill, but why am I telling you all of this and why should you care? Well, we as women are our hormones, and on some level you probably already know this, most likely because of PMS. PMS, which is essentially a fluctuation in our sex hormones, affects our mood, how we feel, our hunger. It makes our boobs super sore, it affects our digestion. Like so many of our key biological systems are affected by this hormonal shift which occurs just before our period. And why? Because nearly every single cell in our body has receptors for sex hormones. So, if nearly every single cell in our body has receptors for sex hormones, it follows then that the pill, which is made up of synthetic sex hormones, must not only be affecting our ability to ovulate, it must also be affecting our other key biological systems. And the one system that I'm really interested in and want to talk to you about is the brain. Because there is research out there that has and is still examining the brain on birth control. And I must admit, the findings and conclusions of this research is pretty mind-blowing. And the one of many influences that the pill has on our brain that really took my breath away was the ability of the pill to interfere with our love and sex-related brain circuitry and influencing the type of person that we are attracted to. Remember the hormone estrogen? Well, spoiler alert for my next video, I am going to be sharing with you research that shows that how the presence of estrogen in quantity or not influences the type of men that women are attracted to based on things like facial characteristics, and that is why I wanted to share with you the basics first. If you want to know more, then subscribe to my channel right now and you'll be the first to know when this next video has been uploaded, looking at how the pill influences the type of men that women are attracted to. So see you then.